What's up, guys? What's going on? It's your boy Andre, and we're here with another video. And I really wanted to do something different this time. I wanted to try something different. A lot of you guys have known me to be a flight attendant for the last 2.5 years, and that's been a ride full of crazy experiences, crazy stories, and a lot of times when y'all see me in person, y'all ask me like, man, like tell me a story or like whatever like that. But obviously, sometimes I haven't seen you guys in person with COVID and all that stuff, social distancing. But I wanted to share those stories here with you guys here, and so everybody can see them, everybody can listen to them. So what I want to do here is share stories from my experience and give a moral to the story or a call to action, whatever you want to call it. Just a takeaway for you to implement in your personal life or your professional life, or just, I don't know, be entertained by the stories that I share. Whatever you want to do, I want you to take away something from it. So we'll start off with and call this one story number one. Story number one. And by the way, these are not going in chronological order from like when I first came to be a flight attendant to the last story. They're just all different stories. So here we go. Story number one. I was on a flight. It was a domestic flight, and it was about November-ish and close to Thanksgiving. And I remember I was working in first class. I was a lead flight attendant, and there was this dispute that was going on between these two ladies. And so I went to answer the call bell, and the lady who was behind, she wanted to know if I could tell the lady in front of her to let her seat up. And so I guess it was like leaning really way back too far. I don't know how, but anyways, so I went to the other lady, and I was just, saying, hey, could you, scoot your seat up a little bit? She's, I guess the lady was eating, so she was just trying to get a little bit more space, but I was like trying to find a middle ground for both of them to be happy. But anyways, the lady, let's just call this the front lady. The front lady was, kind of got flustered, and she started like getting fussy and just talking about how like, oh, I just can't get anything. I can't, lean my seat back. Nothing's going right. And I'm just sitting here thinking like, okay, like, I'm just asking you to like move your seat up a little bit. I didn't say you had to like bring it all the way up. But anyways, come to find out, she started like bursting out in tears, and I was just like, whoa. So I just got on one knee, and she was just explaining what was going on. She was saying her son just died, and she had a lot going on in her life. She was very stressed, and it was during the holidays, first time during the holidays that she would be without her son, so that was really sad. And so that had absolutely nothing to do with what was going on. And I just got on one knee, I listened to her, and just lightly just patted her on the back and just said, hey, it's going to be okay. I'm here for you if you need anything. I don't know if you need any extra drinks or anything like that. And after listening to her, and so that was really it. She said she didn't want any drinks. She didn't want any extra food. She didn't want anything. She really honestly didn't even care about the seat. So at the end of the plane ride, she just thanked me for just listening to her and allowing her that space to open up, and just taking the time to just hear her out and just care about her and care about what she was going through in that little moment. And so basically the moral to that story is, your customers, they're not going to remember the drinks, the food, the accommodations that you give them. What they're going to remember most is how you treated them. And especially in critical moments like that, where I could have like really brushed it off. I could have just like dismissed it and just like, just this lady just, getting flustered about nothing. But I felt like it was right to just take the time to understand what she was, going through, where she was coming from. And obviously it had nothing to do with the seat itself. So a lot of times, people want to just be heard. And, we live in this society where everybody's just, I don't know, all over the place and just focusing on themselves. They're too busy to really listen to somebody else. And people, they just want you to just take the time to listen to them sometimes, at least. And so that was really what it was. And people, no matter who they are, they want you to care about them. They want you to listen to them. They want you to show them respect, to show them kindness. And she thanked me for that, and she wrote this like little note and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that was really nice of you. You didn't have to do that, but she was just really thankful that I took the time to listen to her, because again, she didn't care about anything that I gave her, like, you know, as far as like what we had, accommodations and stuff like that. She didn't care about that. She didn't even care about the seat. That's not really what the problem was. She was just sad. You know, obviously her son just died, and that was really the big, I mean, this is like the tip of the iceberg. That was the real big problem that was going on in her life, because she was experiencing her first Thanksgiving with the family without her son. So that was the huge issue. So there's a lot of people out there walking around, and maybe they have like this reaction. You may see them on the street, you might see them on public transit, on the plane, whatever, and you tend to want to like say, hey, like, what's wrong with that person, or why can't they, you know, just get it together? I feel like, you know, it's easy to do that, but when I had this, you know, moment with this lady, I realized that, you know, there's usually more to the story than that. That's usually the tip of the iceberg. Like in this case, that's usually the tip of the iceberg. That reaction, that burst, is not even the real problem. That thing that, you know, that person, you know, is arguing about or getting, you know, frustrated about is usually not the problem. There's a deeper issue. And, you know, I'm not saying like dive deeply into people's problems all the time and be a counselor. No, I'm not, you know, I'm not certified for all that stuff, and most of you are not either. But what I'm saying is that just take the time to listen. It doesn't take you being a clinical therapist to listen to somebody for like 10 minutes. That does not take you to go through school and get a psychology degree. So that is really what I wanted to share, guys. That is the moral of the story. I hope that you can take that, implement it in your personal life, your business life. If you have a business, if you are working in customer service especially, you definitely really need to focus on that person. Show them that you care, because again, they will remember that more than they will the food, the accommodations, whatever service, whatever product you have that you're serving them. They're not going to remember that as much as they will like how much you've taken the time and the effort to show them that respect, that kindness, and that love. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and we'll be back with more stories about my flight attendant experience. And anyways, love you guys. Peace. I'm out.